upper cervical, mid cervical, lower cervical. And again, it does have to do with patient comfort. So you might be heading for the lower cervical spine, but the patient is like, oh no, this just is not good, my symptoms are getting worse. Then you'll want to just go ahead and bring it down to a comfortable level. Make sure it's firm. So you'll show that to them. The strap is just the same as the ones Dr. Nance was showing you over here, the Saunders strap. Just remind them, after they've gotten all set up, to make sure that they put their forehead strap down, and it just needs to rest on their forehead just so that they can feel it. And I always tell them that it's just a reminder not to lift their head up when their kid calls them while they're on the traction. Okay? And then I show them the reason why they shouldn't lift their head up. So you'll see, you've seen already on the Saunders. But there are 3 things on here: pump, hold, release. Okay? And they're exactly what they're meant to be. I'm sorry, my next to you guys. So I don't know whether you want to move around or I can be on an angle a bit. But this is, I do show the patient this. I stick it on pump and I say, look, it's on pump. And this is what happens when you're in the traction. This is what happens when you release it. Except for a little quicker because their head's on it. Okay. Now, the other thing is, the pump only reads when there's a head on here, obviously, because it needs to have the pressure. So I do show them. I'll usually have them hold it if they can, or I put a little force on there. I have actually used my knee, that's what I've done. You tell me if you've got a trick on this. But this is what I've done, is I've actually just put my knee on it and said, look, now have a look at this dial, and look when I set it on pump. You can see that the needle is going up. I don't know if any of you can see that. Over my shoulder. All right, and then if I let go, you can see that there is stuff happening there. And then release, and it lets go. Okay, so I show them that. Now, I need a volunteer. We don't have to go very high on this. So anyone else want to volunteer? This is very nice, and we can just go easy on the traction. I'm going to mess all of these floors up. It's the only disadvantage of these guys is that straps all get mixed up. I do have to return this unit. Thank you.
So do you do a run through with the patient? Like actually have them, do you measure like their neck width for that one?
Yes.
And
That is what we're about to do. Oh, in fact, you hold on to that one. You don't have to do this on for a home unit. You don't have to put stuff on it because they're actually going to be taking the unit home. So you can with these just have it nice and loose. Go ahead and follow your little ponytails. So I don't know if you've noticed I've been adjusting the bed up and down. After moving these traction beds by myself, I'm being a little cautious with my back. So I'm not doing a lot of bending, but you should take care of your back and adjust the bed so that it's just right. Okay, so now we do the same thing, just feel where these guys are. We want that pressure to be below her occiput and on her cervical spine. So then the same thing, we ask the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and let these, and you'll see I had to test out to see which way, rotating this way goes in, rotating that way goes out. So I'm going to rotate it in, and I want you to tell me as soon as that feels nice and snug. And it shouldn't pinch you in the back. Some people have extra skin that falls through, and you can see when people have little tiny necks, that when that black thing comes together, it can pinch them in the back. So with people with little necks, I just check and make sure it's not pinching them. Feel okay? Mm-hmm. Tell me when you start. It should be firm. Right there. Okay. All right, great. And then you can slide this guy over the top. You don't have to take take it all the way off with this. And the patient will have it sort of already preset for themselves, so it's good to have it set up for them, so that when they get home, they don't have to think anything, they just can reach up, they don't have to try and strap it down. So when they go to get off, they can just slide it off. And then when they get on next time, they can just slide it on. And just say, make sure you put that on there. All right. So now, here is your dial. And how much do you weigh?
We'll go with 112.
112. Actually, that's funny because I was going to go with about 10 pounds on you anyway. So, all right. So the thing with this dial is it does have kilos and pounds. Okay, and I just have to remember which one's which. Oh, the kilo is the red. So red means stop if you're a pound thinker. Okay, so and the black is pounds. So the outside dial is the one that you want to be looking at. Okay. All right. So that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Because if you did 10 kilos on Dinah, that's 22 pounds. Right. So you've got to be careful. Okay. So Dinah, I want you to go ahead and turn that to pump. Oh no, turn it to pump. Turn this dial right here. This is good for you to see this. You actually don't need to. Oh, yeah, there you go. And sorry, I should have explained there's a little arrow on this guy, so I've done it so many years now. Okay, all right. Now, we're going to go up to this black number 10, and that's as far as I want you to go, and it happens quickly. So be careful, don't go above that. Yep, it happens quickly, don't go above that black number 10. You can go up steadily. And it is static traction.
With this pump is that both pushing and pulling causes it to inflate. So it's not like it pumps, you bring it back up and it pumps. It's pump, 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 pump.
This is the same pump that's on the lumbar traction too. And you can just go as far as you feel comfortable. 10 pounds is too much. Okay, and now you're going to put it on hold. Okay, and this is for static traction. I have never done intermittent on a home traction unit because it means they have to do release, pump it up, hold it there, time it. And it's better to do, if the person tolerates static traction, it's much easier for them to just do static traction for a short period of time. And they can do it several times a day. Okay, so then you would show them how to release it once the egg timer is up. I have egg timers to show them how to do that. And this release, and then it goes back down to 0. But I will say, you do have to instruct the patient once they've set it to hold that the traction will go down if they could check it in a couple of minutes. And it's not that the traction is going down, it's that their muscles are relaxing. Okay? So you have to pump it up again a little bit more up to 10 pounds. So I say if you could just check it in about a minute and pump it back up to 10 and then put it back on hold. You are all set, it's released, right?
This unit I'm just going to show real quick is a different brand, but it's broken, so you won't be using it in class. It won't hold, the button came off, so it won't hold the pressure. But a very similar, I actually found like this hip on this is actually more comfortable, but the mechanism on that brings you up into traction was much more comfortable than this. This one was much more jerky when it lifted you up. But if you want to just look at it, you can, and then it has the adjusters here for making it more angled. So you can change the angle by moving this rather than that. So you can look at it, it's just another one. You can put your head in it and see how comfortable it is or not.